तो इधर का लोगों को भी हाँ. So everybody should sing with me this particular song. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Gopi Janavallabha Girivara Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivara Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari जोर से गाना है Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओके, सभी लोग, all of you can repeat along with me this particular shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam. Imam, it's very easy shloka. Just focus, look at the screen. क्या हुआ screen को? Something. Let me just connect. Okay, you can see my screen? Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanahamavvyayam. प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययम् विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत् मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत् इमं विवस्व श्रीभगवानुवाच इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययम् विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्. So any of you can repeat, you can say. कोई भी बोल सकते हैं, सब बाकी सब लोग फॉलो करेंगे. श्री भगवानुवाच इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययम् विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्. Anybody can try. Shri Bhagavanuvacha imam vivasvate yogam proktavanahamavyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave bravit. Mataji said, anybody wants to say? Anybody can try. No problem if there is mistake or in. Anybody wants to say? Okay. You all repeat this meaning. The personality of Godhead said, you can all repeat. The personality of Godhead said, okay, Lord Krishna said, the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. So I'll read out the purport also quickly. It's very okay. I'll read some purport and then I'll start explaining. Herein we find the history of Bhagavad Gita. Where the Bhagavad Gita coming from is given over here. The history of Bhagavad Gita traced from a remote time when it was delivered into the royal order of all planets, beginning from the sun planet. The kings of all planets are especially meant for the protection of the inhabitants, and therefore the royal orders should understand the science of Bhagavad Gita in order to be able to rule the citizens and protect them from material bondage to lust. Human life is meant for cultivation of spiritual knowledge in eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the executive heads of all states and all planets are obliged to impart these lessons to the citizens by education, culture and devotion. In other words, the executive heads of all states are intended to spread the science of Krishna consciousness so that the people may take advantage of this great science and pursue a successful path, utilizing the opportunity of the human form of life. We will recite these prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya. I should hear some louder sound, Everybody should say, if 50 people this side, 50 people this side, 100 people say together, how much sound should come? It should be bigger than the the sound system. You all should say with good sound. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yadkripatamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyameshwaram Hare Krishna. So we sang sometime Kirtan and then we recited all these prayers. Why do we do all this? So, a blacksmith, if he want to give a shape to an iron rod, what does he do? He'll put that iron rod in a hot oven, hot furnace he will put, and then he will blow some air and heat it up and make it red hot. And then he will take it out and then he will hit with a hammer, not with so much force, with little force, the iron rod will shape up, isn't it? So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will make us conducive to understand this knowledge. It will make me conducive to speak about Bhagavad Gita. If I don't heat up myself, I won't be able to speak. Similarly, you won't be able to hear. So that's why this invocation prayers, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Jai Radha Madhava, all these things help us in hearing, understanding, and we are talking very, very important topic today. Really, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, where is it coming from? The history of Bhagavad Gita. The Britishers, what did they do? They said the Rig Veda was written 3000 years back. Okay, when did the Rig Veda was written? 3000. Who wrote? Some intelligent people have written. It looks to be very good book. Some intelligent people have written. Who are those intelligent people? Actually, they were Europeans, and they migrated to India at 3000 years back. That time they wrote. In the end, what are they saying? Vedas were written by humans, and that to Europeans. You understand this? So how do you know about this? No, I have no answer. This is my guess. I will never tell the answer. Hare Krishna. And I force you to believe it. This is what they did. If you want to say something, okay, this is written so many years back, or by so and so person, either that book should tell or somebody else should tell about that book. Then you can say that this is the evidence. But I don't have any evidence. But they convinced the whole intellectual people of India. And what Bhagavad Gita is telling, we will see. Krishna is telling. Who spoke Bhagavad Gita? Krishna is telling. What is written there? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. What is it written? All of you say Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Uvacha means said. Who is saying? Bhagavan is telling. What is he telling? Imam vivasvate yogam. This yogam, I have taught to Vivaswan. Who is Vivaswan? The sun god. Okay? In bygone ages, long, long ago, I taught this knowledge to sun god. Krishna is telling. That means, how old is this book? How old is this knowledge? As old as the sun. Okay, I'll ask you one question. Who will tell? Okay, who is the guru of Hanuman? No idea. Who is the guru of Hanuman? Sun god. He wanted to learn all the wisdom. Where did he go? He went and stood at the school of sun god. Sir, I want to learn. He said, good, you know, it's very nice you came to me, but there are no seats. All the school is full. There is no vacancy in the school. No problem, sir. Even if there is no seat, still I want to study. I want to stand and study. Oh, you want to stand, but I don't stand anywhere, no. I'm always moving. If you are in a train and you are sitting inside the train, along with the train you can go. Isn't it? Driver can talk to you and all. But here, sun god is moving with such a high speed, some 30,000 kilometers per second or something like that. I don't know exactly how fast he is rotating. Very high speed he is moving. And now there is no seat inside the sun god school. Now if Hanuman wants to learn, he has to be outside the school. Isn't it? That means he has to run with sun god. Right? But at the same time, if you want to run, you cannot run like this and here. Isn't it? So you have to face the sun god. Means you have to run in a backward direction. And Hanuman was so expert in all these things. So he was running in the backward direction with the speed of sun, and he was learning everything from sun god. So sun god is the guru of Hanuman also. And many sages, many people have learned from him. His school is always full. So, but where did sun god get his knowledge from? It is Krishna who taught the knowledge to sun god. That's what Krishna is telling. Sun is my disciple. So, crores and crores of years back, this knowledge was given by Krishna to sun god. So this knowledge, the Vedic knowledge, has got no beginning. Okay, means this knowledge was there already. Just Lord is transferring this to sun god. He transferred at the beginning of creation to Brahmadev also. So it's beginningless knowledge. And this knowledge I have given it to Vivaswan. Vivaswan Manave Praha. Who is the Manu? He is the father of mankind. All the human beings come from Manu. He is a progenitor. Okay. Sri Radha Madhav ki jai. Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. He is the father of mankind. In one Brahma's day, there will be 14 Manus. Okay? Brahma's day is very, very long. Our day is 12 hours long. But Brahma's day is, day's length is equal to 1000 Kali Yugas plus 1000 Dwapara Yugas plus 1000 Treta Yugas plus 1000 Satya Yugas, Krita Yugas. All put together makes one day of Brahma. That is only 12 hours. Okay? So that much long day Brahma will have, and in that one day time 14 Manus comes. Means after 72 cycles of these 4 yugas, one Manu comes. 1000 divided by 14. And this Manu, maybe Vaivasvata Manu is a current Manu, and his son's name is Vivaswan. Something like that. So sun god's son is Manu. Okay? Vaivasvata Manu is a son of Vivaswan. The current Manu is Vaivasvata. You understand? And his father was Vivaswan, that is sun god. And then sun god gave it to his son, and then through his son the knowledge has disseminated to Vivaswan Manave Praha Manurikshvaka Ve Braveed. In that parampara, in the chain of succession, the knowledge is passed on to the kingly order, starting with Ikshvaku. So, who is Ikshvaku? Ikshvaku is a king, but is very great king in his family line. Very, very great personality. The Supreme Lord has appeared. So who was that? Lord Ramachandra. Ramachandra ka, if you go back his family lineage, it starts with Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku Vamsh ka ek raja Dashrath jinka naam. So that Dashratha comes in the line of Ikshvaku kingdom. And then Dashratha's son was Lord Ramachandra. Means this knowledge is passing on from bygone ages. Okay? Now the fundamental point what we understand is, it's a knowledge given to Sun God. Who has given this? Krishna. Why we are saying Krishna? Aham, here Sri Bhagavan Vacha means Lord is saying. What is he saying? Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan. Proktavan means said. You go to the word to word meaning. Here you see, proktavan means instructing. Okay? Aham means I. I have instructed this knowledge to Vivaswan. So quite often we think Krishna, who is Krishna? He is son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Devaki and Vasudeva are just 5,000 years back, and they were born few years before Krishna. Just like my mother was born, maybe 22, 23 years before me. That's all. So, but here you see Krishna is telling, I have taught this to Sun God. Means Krishna must be extremely old. Then only he can teach to Sun God. So, that here we should understand that Krishna is not like us, is different. And here Srila Prabhupada is making a point. Why this knowledge was given to kingly order? Knowledge is first given to Ikshvaku, the kings. Why? Because if they rule the country with that knowledge, they will rule properly. If they don't have any knowledge how to rule, what to do, how to live, what is the purpose of life, then they will make big mess in the world. So what is happening in the current scenario is, people, those who are ruling, they have no idea what Bhagavad Gita is, what really the purpose of life is. Completely clueless. Everyone is running and everyone is trying to eat others. And no one is peaceful. Can we say this particular state is very peaceful? Can we say, oh, this country is very peaceful? Nothing like that. Everyone is trying to eat others like animals. Why? Because they don't have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So Srila Prabhupada always emphasizes that the leader should have this knowledge, and then they can rule their subjects properly. Without this knowledge, people become so materialistic, and all the politicians, everyone is trying to make people happy on a material platform. But how can you make happy? You give some money to Andhra Pradesh, Telangana will cry. If you give money to Telangana, Andhra will cry. And you will not have enough money to give both the people. It will be always like that, isn't it? So we cannot make people happy on material platform forever. Maybe one day you make someone happy and again next day he will start crying. So, but olden days the kings used to guide the citizens towards spirituality. It's very, very important. Even in our personal life, unfortunately we don't have kings who will guide us. But we should become our own king, That's why we learn Raja Vidya. Means you become king for yourself. You rule yourself. You control your senses. You control your mind. And then engage in the service of Krishna. When there are no kings, what to do? So we have to engage in proper devotional service ourselves in the current scenario. Or we should be in the association of nice devotees. We should take instructions from nice devotees. So the knowledge always should be received from proper source. I mentioned nice bona fide devotees. But unfortunately in the society, when it comes to spirituality, people have developed such a notion. Those who talk about spirituality, they will always cheat people. Cheaters. One person had some problem in the tooth. Tooth was aching. So he is supposed to go to a dentist. He checked, I want to repair my tooth. So where should I go? tooth has broken, so that tooth has to be removed. So he went to a blacksmith, and then blacksmith somehow he has done something, and then he removed tooth with so much of pain, and then that created another problem. Then he came to a conclusion that whoever try to repair tooth are all very bad. Okay, then he stopped going anywhere. He is just bearing the pain and living like that. Is it a good proposition? No, right? So it doesn't mean if someone is wrong or someone is a cheater, that doesn't mean that all people are cheaters. Okay, there are so many good doctors, there may be some bad doctors also. Or we would have gone to we would have gone to a person who is not even a doctor. So, in order to identify a proper doctor, what the government does, they will issue a license, isn't it? The government give a license after you complete your MBBS or BDS or whatever. Then government will ask you to practice for a year, house surgeon, and then whichever hospital you do, house surgeon will certify you. You are qualified to become a doctor, and then government will issue a license. Then you can open a shop and practice. And when we also look at the license, oh, this person is a bona fide doctor, I can go and take treatment from him, isn't it? Without that, anybody cannot open a clinic. So similarly, to give spiritual knowledge also, actually scriptures tell who can teach this knowledge. Not anybody can teach. A very famous person in India from Coimbatore, he talks so much about spirituality, meditation and yoga and so on and so forth. And in one open, in an interview, in front of all the people in TV interview, he says, I have never read Bhagavad Gita, stylish way. I never read Bhagavad Gita. He speaks very good English. And such person try to guide people in the spirituality. How can he do that? When he himself is devoid of spiritual knowledge. That's why here it is, in the scriptures also it is emphasized, the one who is teaching Gita is supposed to, he would have supposed to learn this knowledge from a guru, who has learned from a guru, who also would have learned from a guru, and that guru also should have learned from another guru. And this parampara should connect to Krishna, because this knowledge is coming from Krishna. If this connection is broken, then that guru can speak anything nonsense and he can tell on the name of Gita. Anything. So many people do so much nonsense on the name of Gita, on the name of yoga, on the name of meditation, and so on and so forth. You agree or not? Many people cheat, isn't it? On the name of Gita, on the name of spirituality. So, two things we should always say if we are learning Gita from someone. First thing, has he learned from the proper source? Is he in a proper parampara? First tick point. Oh, he is from proper parampara. Means he has qualified from a bona fide university. Okay? And second thing, if he has completed house surgeon, that hospital should have given a certificate and government would have issued a certificate. Two things. So, that person in his personal life, is he practicing Gita in his life? If he is not practicing, then how can we hear from him? So practice and then preach. So both should be there. So that also we should see. This person is teaching, but he is also practicing. Achar and then prachar. Both of the things he will do. So these things we should always see. Otherwise, we will just put on the TV and so many people come and speak so many things about spirituality. But not all are correct. Not all present proper Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday I was reading one book. I went to some spiritual organization. So there I was reading. So there it was presenting. Actually, the God is not a person. He is not a person, and then they are presenting. If he is not a person, okay, aham word why you would have used? See, aham means what? I. I means that we should be a person, isn't it? Otherwise, how can the Lord uses aham word? And Arjuna also uses many times he will call out with the name Krishna, or he will call out him with the name Madhava. If he is not a person, why will he call with a name? Why will we talk to him? And Krishna also sometimes he will use you word in Sanskrit. So it is so simple that he is a person, but he is not a person like us. We should understand. So this understanding we should have, otherwise we will be completely cheated on the name of spirituality. Supreme Lord is standing there and somebody will teach, no, God is not in a stone. God will not be in the temples. God is, so many things they'll speak. God is everywhere, like that, When God is everywhere, why can't he be in the temple? Why can't he be in the Murti of the Supreme God? So they try to create newer traditions, and they want to make their own cult. They don't want to hear from the scriptures. So if someone wants to hear from scriptures, he must be in the parampara. I can't go and hear lecture from anyone. I can hear from someone who has learnt it in the parampara. Then I can hear. And then that person will have authority to speak about Krishna, about Gita properly. So this understanding we should have. I'll show you this PPT. Oh, yeah. So this is the parampara. Evam parampara praptam. Krishna says in the next verse. All of you can repeat. The shloka is given in the bottom. Evam parampara praptam. Imam rajarshayo viduhu. Sakale neha mahata. Yogo nashtah parantapa. So, evam parampara praptam. So, this knowledge is praptam means in Telugu receiving. So, this knowledge is received in the parampara, not from hava se aaya. No, it should come from parampara. Like Mahatma Gandhi suddenly come and he cannot teach Bhagavad Gita. If he wants to teach Bhagavad Gita, he should be in the parampara. He should have learned that Gita from someone who is in the parampara. Then he will be part of parampara. Just like we have fan over here. This fan should be connected to the power grid. Anywhere any connection is not there, fan will not revolve. Okay? Isn't it? Light will not glow. That's why all these people who have preached Bhagavad Gita or anything, their bulbs never glue. Like they could never inspire people in devotional service. Many people, Vinoba Bhave, Balagangadhar Tilak, and like that, many people have written the commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. But they could not preach in such a way that the people have received that knowledge and became devotees of Krishna. It never happened. Isn't it? So Srila Prabhupada is in the parampara. He says, I am just a beggar, but with the mercy of my Guru, I have received this knowledge. And my Guru has received in this parampara. And then it is connected to Krishna. And then When Prabhupada went out and preached, when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati went out and preached, they could make millions of devotees. So now so many Krishna devotees are there all around the world. How? It's all because of Srila Prabhupada's Gita. You may believe or not, in Russia there used to be communism before 1992, 91 or 92, something like that. In the communist regime, spiritual books, religious books are not allowed to be distributed. Only Christians could distribute their Bibles, but not otherwise. And government was very tough on Bhagavad Gita's distribution. And the devotees, they used to go and smuggle Gitas, 1-2 Gitas here and there, they will, with so much difficulty they will distribute. And that person will take this book. And practically they will go mad. They have not become devotees, they became mad after Krishna. Such subject touched their heart. And then so many people will approach them. What is there in that book? Let me also read. Let me also read. How can he give the same book to so many people? So after reading, he will put 8 carbon papers, 8 papers together, and then he will type whole Gita, day and night. If he wants to share that knowledge, if he gives his book, then it will go. So he doesn't want to give his book, so he will type whole Bhagavad Gita, and then he will share those papers to other people. Otherwise, you don't get this book anywhere. Like that, thousands of people became devotees of Krishna by reading this book. Prabhupada has written such powerful commentary. And government used to chase devotees. Anywhere they find any devotee, they will put them in the jail. There will be concentration camps, and they will try to brainwash them. But devotees were also tougher than them. They were ready to die, but they were not ready to give up Krishna consciousness. Practically, they used to sing kirtan on the street. And police will come with the lathis and then they'll beat them. Okay? So they will also hold a lathi. When they beat, they will put, many Westerners will also karate fighters and all. So they will block the lathis, and then they will go on singing kirtans. They wouldn't care. Even if getting beatings, still they were able to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Such inspiration this book has given. That's why now also we can see thousands of people and thousands of devotees in Russia, Ukraine, and all that, those Eastern European countries, and even in Europe. So this is what the effect of connecting to the power grid. Otherwise bulb will not glow. It appears, there is a bulb, wire is also there, but that wire is not connected. So this is what the so-called gurus who are not in the parampara. So we should avoid them. We should not waste our time. And Krishna is telling here, Sakaleneha Mahata. Sa means a long time. Kala means time. Sakala means because of the long duration of time. Yogo Nashta Parantapa. This knowledge appears to be lost. Why am I teaching this to you now? It's supposed to be there with you already, but because of, looks like, because of long time, this knowledge has not reached you properly. So I am repeating this knowledge, so please hear. So this is authentic knowledge. Actually, whatever knowledge that is given in Vedas, that is given in Bhagavad Gita. What is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Vedic literatures. So, whatever is there is all perfect knowledge. It's not questionable knowledge actually. You see, the Vedas tells plants have life, isn't it? Sometimes we tell stories. This demon was cursed to become a tree. Means a person became a tree. Like Nalla Kuvara and Manigriva story we hear in Kartika month. Later Krishna delivers them, and the sons of Kuvera, they became trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So, proper understanding was there that there is life in the tree, isn't it? And later science has told us, Bhagavatam tells how the baby is grown inside the womb of a mother. The details, like after so many weeks what happened, after this many weeks what happened, everything is there, and that matches to the today's human anatomy books, embryology books. Vedas tell cow dung is pure. No other animal's dung is touched. If we touch, we will go and take bath. But when it comes to cow dung, we will not become impure. Instead, whenever we do yagna, havan, even inside the house, if we want to do puja, then we take the cow dung, mix it with water, and then we will, smear everywhere. It's so pure. And later on, scientists have invented that cow dung is different. It has got a lot of antiseptic properties. Like that, yoga is a system given in the Vedic literatures, Patanjali Yoga Sutras and all. And now whole world is accepting. Whole world is accepting. And because of Narendra Modi, Yoga Day became like an international event. In all countries, this is celebrated in very, very big way. So, and all these things were there in those ancient books. So, this knowledge, whatever Krishna is telling, evam parampara praptam, and that parampara, now in the Kali Yuga, it is coming through the 4 chains. Okay, like a chandelier will be tied with different chains, isn't it? So similarly, these 4 paramparas are connected to Krishna in the end. So what are those 4 paramparas? One is Sri Parampara, okay, Sri Sampradaya. Second one is Brahma Sampradaya. Third one is Rudra Sampradaya. Fourth one is Kumara Sampradaya. Okay, can you all repeat? Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Kumara Sampradaya. So these 4 people are directly connected to Krishna. Krishna directly gave knowledge to Brahma. Krishna directly gave knowledge to Shiva. Krishna directly gave knowledge to Lakshmi Devi. And Krishna has given knowledge to 4 Kumaras. Sanaka Sanadi, 4 Kumaras. So, and now whatever knowledge come from these 4 paramparas will be perfect. Anybody who wants to preach this Gita should be connected to these paramparas. Otherwise, somebody will have no connection, they will have no knowledge, no proper knowledge. Something here and there, hodgepodge will be there, but constructive knowledge will not be there. And just like, these 4 people are 4 universities, if you say, okay? And these universities, they have nominated vice chancellors for each of the university. Lakshmi Devi has nominated Sripada Ramanujacharya. So in Kali Yuga, Ramanujacharya is prominent Acharya in Sri Sampradaya. In the same way, Madhvacharya, Sripada Madhvacharya is a prominent Acharya in Brahma Sampradaya. Okay? And Vishnu Swami is a prominent Acharya in the line of Rudra Sampradaya. And Nimbarka Swami is a prominent Acharya in the line of Kumara Sampradaya. And in these lines there will be so many prominent Acharyas, they will be preaching. Just like in Madhva Sampradaya, Raghavendra Swami, we all hear, at least Andhra people. He is Acharya in Madhva Sampradaya. Vedanta Deshika is an Acharya in the line of Sri Sampradaya. Okay? Vallabhacharya, Gujaratis, will know better. Vallabhacharya is in the line of Rudra Sampradaya. So like that, so many Acharyas are there. And ISKCON comes where? In Madhva Sampradaya. Okay? In the line of Madhva, Lord Chaitanya takes initiation from Ishwarapuri. Ishwarapuri was the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was disciple of Lakshmipati. Like that, if we date back, there will be connection to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya was having connection with Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva was a son of, Vyasadeva was disciple of Narada. Narada was son of Brahma. Okay, you understand how the connection charted down to Brahma. Okay, so this is the line of succession, and whatever knowledge we are receiving from Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada never says this is my knowledge, my book. He didn't say Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita. No, it is not Prabhupada's Gita. It is Bhagavad Gita as it is. It is Krishna's Gita. The commentaries that Prabhupada has written is Krishna's commentaries. He has not concocted anything. So he is expressing the mood of Krishna. So that's why it is very, very authentic. And we should develop that faith and dedicate our life to learn this knowledge in this parampara. And practice that and engage our body, mind, everything in this mission service. And teach this knowledge to others. Very, very important. You know, imagine if you always eat, what will happen? You don't pass stool or you don't do anything, just you always eat. What will happen? It will be like that only. We will not take anything more. So, we should, whatever we learn, we should actually give it to others. Profusely we should share this knowledge with others. We should help others to get this knowledge. So, first we help ourselves and help all others also. So, this is the mission of Lord Sri Krishna, and we all should become minute particles, small instruments in this mission. And that makes our life successful. Okay? Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Sri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki. So, next shloka we will read next week. Why Krishna taught this knowledge to Arjun? That we will discuss next week. So, why we if we know that, then we also know the secret of receiving knowledge from Krishna. Okay? We will go through that next week. And if anyone is having any question, we can spend 5-6 minutes. Any questions? My speech is understandable, or I am speaking for myself and then neglecting, ignoring you all? Any questions? Okay, if no questions, then we will break for the Kirtan Arati. Okay? Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Screen of the shift. My laptop is very short.
बच्चे क्लास खत्म।